Good morning. Can you hear me okay? That's good. Now, let me see if I can figure out how to show. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll have to do it on my camera. I mean, on my other phone. Good morning, Erin. There's the smallest of the guinea pigs, and that's 112 grams. I'm wrong. That was 115 grams. Here's the another one, and that's 116 grams. Then that's the biggest one, 120 grams. In other words, those babies at 1 week old, the smallest one was 115. Yep, just a little over 4 ounces. So the one, in my opinion, that's the prettiest. She's the smallest. Yes, she's got the little bit of red in with the black, and the rest of them are black and white. And let me see here. Big Mama, who's their mother, will steep 8 weeks, just like Quail. Big Mama, who's their mother, weighs 2 pounds and 3.7 ounces. And Black Papa, I'm sorry, Big Mama's 2 pounds and 3.7 ounces. Yeah. Black Papa, who's their daddy, is 2 pounds and 2.9 ounces. Now, the one that's pregnant right now is Little Mama, and she's 2 pounds and 7 ounces. And White Nosed Papa, who's black with a white streak, he's 2 pounds and 0.4 ounces. So let's see, they were born on the 18th. It'd be the middle of January. Okay, and let's see. Aaron says, Verna, do you do the same as quail and rabbits and breed for the biggest? That's what I plan to do. Big Mama's the biggest one. She's a whole. Her and Black Papa are the biggest pair. The other two are just right at 2 pounds. So what I'm going to see is I'm going to weigh them every week, just like I will with my quail chicks when I get quail back in, which I should be picking up some eggs Tuesday evening. And then it's going to be fun time again. But the gentlest of all the Kai that I have is little Mama. She's hand friendly. Big Mama is just as apt to bite you as to look at you. She just bites hard enough for you to feel it. That's it. So if you want to breed for size and gentleness, yeah. I'm already starting to work on the babies to getting them hand friendly. Because I've also got another problem. I've also got people wanting to buy them already. So that would be quite interesting itself. Yeah, that's true, Aaron. Babies can be pretty profitable, mostly when you sell them for $30 each. The first day that they were born, I seen them eating some of the Timothy hay, and the day that I filmed, you can see I was feeding them celery, and they were eating it right with their mama. When you figure like this, I could sell one baby and pay for a 50-pound bag of quail feed. And you sell one baby to pay for 50, more than enough to pay for 50-pound bag their feed. Aaron says, that's nice when they pay for the feed. Yup. Steve says, did I get the wrong animal? Haha. Around here, I can sell guinea pigs for $30 each. I don't know, Steve. Don't you have chinchillas? Well, I watched on how they call Cavi in South America. They put a little thing and just tap it again with their hand up against the spinal cord, and that's just like a bloodless call for quail. No, the guy in Texas had those chinchillas. Oh, I thought you were getting chinchillas. What did you end up getting, Steve? Oh, so you just have quail. Oh, okay. I'm also thinking of getting Havana rabbits because they're only about a 5 pound rabbit, full grown, which means they're small for the area I have, which is interesting. Now, little mama's like in the early part of her pregnancy. Either that or she's only going to have one pup. In the very beginning, I had a very hard time trying to call quail. Um, I've watched umpteen different ways to process them in video before I just to get my mind used to the idea. And then yeah, and then when I did it, I did one and it took me 3 days recovery. But now I can do 20 in a day. Vermont Quail says hello. Good morning, Vermont. Or should I say Steve? We got Steve and cousin. Because Steve Swanson's my cousin, distant cousin, and the other Steve is just goes by Steve Bro. So it gets funny when you got two Steves in the chat room. And Aaron, you see the cup I'm using? Yes, you did make it, Steve. Well, I can't say that, Steve, because the other Steve's my cousin. Because as being the oldest of all the Steves, and my middle name started with O, I'm the original Steve O. Aaron says, I need coffee. I worked all night and have to work all day at home. You know, Steve B, we could just call you bro. That's the other part of your name. you just wish you were a sob. Gus says, haha, it depends. I'm sure he's better at many things than I. Vermont says, Ford. Did you guys see the um, last video where I was feeding the quail? I mean, feeding the Kai? Those things are born to not just nurse, but to eat whatever they see mommy eating. Okay, Steve's seen it, and Cuz says, yeah, he saw it. You seen where I did a little slip there when I called La Papa a greedy little bee. Now you gotta get Dale's quails cages together so I can get everybody into cages. Well, Bro says I had them back as a kid. Um, let's see, 30 years ago I raised them and sold them back to stores. And my daughters asked me what we are going to do with those babies, and I says, well, we could always do like they do in South America. And they protested, no, Mom, no. Hello, Matt. Matt says, good morning. Matt, what was your final count of that dozen of eggs you put in? So I haven't seen 3 or 4 babies. Cuz says I had to make me a cheat sheet for farm names with first names. Matt says only 4. Bad hatch rate this time. Well, with that one that you had on, you need to actually wrap that one in a blanket and have your Govee in there so that you can regulate the temperature and everything right. You'll do better next time. Stephanie says, good morning, everyone. I overslept. Matt says, we'll do that. Yes, it'll be better. Yeah, because it kind of made me sad you didn't get even half the amount. But I didn't see a goby in there. And so I know what you do is you set the goby in a couple days before you set your eggs, so that way you make sure that it's running properly. Matt said, good morning, Steve. It's a Govee. Just a second. I gotta do it down here. Give me a minute and I'll get you the link to it. Um, Oh, shoot. They're giving me all of the different things they have. Here you go. This is the exact one I have, Matt. That's the one. I gave you the link for the one that my last purchase of them, because I have four of them. What is funny is after I set my eggs, because I've already got the incubator roasted right, I keep one in the incubator and one outside of the incubator, so that way I can tell the difference. But like I said, I've got four of them myself. I have three incubators. I have a farm innovation, a little giant, and a Hubavator. The Hubavator is my favorite, followed by the little giant. The farm innovator is a piece of crap. Christina, good morning. Lane, good morning if you're there. Cuz says I had to get a new fan heater for my little giant. Jan says blessings all around. Blessings, Jan. This is my favorite cup, mostly when doing live streams. I don't run out so fast. Steve says, good morning, Jan. And Christina says, Lane's here. And he said, good morning to you too. And Bro says, I have that InQ Thurum Plus from Incubator Warehouse. I've never seen that one, Steve. Jan says, good morning, everyone. And it's supposed to be a cloudy day here today, but from what I see a little sun shining. It's so funny. I'm only 15 minutes from my Shire farm, but they can have different weather than I do. Saw the video. She says, saw the video with Aaron and Christina did with Linda. She was so down to earth. Feel like I know her. Because you met her at QuailCon. And she is down to earth. And they did a very good video. Aaron says, we actually met at QuailCon also. Now we're really good friends. You know, everybody at QuailCon that goes to QuailCon all seems like family. You talk to them, it's like you've known them all your life. And the community aspect, we all feel like family. Well, we got 7 in here and 6 likes. Thumbs up, everybody. Steve says, come to the end of come the end of February, I will be putting in a big order with Zach for eggs, jumbo wilds. Steve O says, when I get a kitchen, I'm going to make it like hers. I done forgot what a kitchen looks like. And Steve Bro says, thumbs up. Oh, now we got 8 of them. We only need 12 more to put me on cloud 9. I'm rubbing my hands a lot because my arthritis is really bugging me. Aaron says, I love her kitchen and huge walk in pantry. Oh boy, if I had a walk in pantry like that, could you imagine how many freeze dried bags would be in there? And I just did, bagged up last night, I bagged up my quail bone broth and my quail and rice soup. And it came out pretty good. No, Tuesday night, I think I'll be having some eggs to put in the incubator. And that means I'll have a hatch around Christmas. No, before Christmas. Then, besides weighing the Kai every week, I'll have Quail to weigh every week too. I think that 7 ounces. Jan says, Verna, I need to send you some comfrey to make a poultice for your hands. Yeah, my hands are so bad with arthritis, I can't get this finger down any more than it is right now. But yeah, both of them are, I kind of have that problem. But this one's the worst on the left hand. What it is from gout. The gout went into my foot and it's gone into this finger joint because that joint is big. Feel it all the way down here. And Cuz says he's away from keyboard. Matt says, so sorry. Don't be sorry, Matt. It's part of being old. You know, the older you get, the more aches and pains you get. You just learn to live with it. See, I'll be 65 in May. So I'm 64 and a half this month. And I wasn't supposed to live to see my first birthday. Spice of Life family says, good morning. Good morning, Spice of Life. Now, that's one YouTube name I don't know what to call, but I'll just call them Spice for now. But let me see. So the smallest baby is 115 grams, which makes it 4.05 ounces. And the largest one is 120 grams, which makes it 4.25 ounces. Oh, Spice of Life family is your wife, Matt? Nice to meet you, Jen. Somebody says, they are adorable. I can't wait to see them. Yeah, you'll see them this afternoon, Stephanie. She says, okay. Jan says, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Jan. I'd like to see you one of these times when Matt goes live. We've met your son. Christina says, I saw someone making feather jewelry on the Quail group, so I ordered the stuff and it came in yesterday. I want to go ahead and try to make some for Christmas gifts. You know, Christina, that's a great idea. Make the feather earrings and everything else. And Jan says, old finally got to me this week. I've had an intestinal virus since Monday, been sleeping 20 hours a day. Cold chills, fever, headache, cough, all the nasty stuff. I haven't been sick for 6 or 7 years. You know, Jan, I was sick like that Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's why I missed the Tuesday live because I was sleeping sound. I was so sick I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was awake long enough to take Lucy out every time she needed to go out. Then I went right back to bed. And you know when the first year of COVID, my nurse had caught COVID from her husband, and of course she passed it on to me. I felt sick for one day, but I wasn't even really sick enough to go to bed. And she got real bad. Christina says, hope you all feel better soon. Aaron's been fighting with some respiratory, something or other. Yeah, Aaron, you need to get a COVID test. Jess says, I've been running a vaporizer the entire time. I firmly believe if I hadn't, all the crud would have settled in my lungs and chest, and I've really been sick. Yeah, I have a humidifier sitting right beside the head of my bed, and that's what keeps my lungs from drying out. Another thing I do when I feel like I'm getting sick is I increase my garlic and ginger. Gus has ordered some serving trays yesterday. Gonna modify them with quail eggs. Are you gonna make them in for deviled egg trays? My psychotic neighbor made me mad last week. He that wreath that Ed made me that had 6 quail eggs on it. He ripped off 2 of the quail eggs from it after I had walked away from my apartment and taken Lucy for a walk. And I saw him on the ground when I got back, and I was so mad. Christina says, I've been trying to give Aaron some herbal stuff. Gave him an immune tea, and he said it smelled like feet. Tell him to plug his nose in, drink it. Because they'll be the wooden ones. They can certainly be used for that. That's cool. I have got some polyurethane, that poly clay, and I think I'm going to make me a different colored tray for deviled eggs. And the only eggs you guys know I have is quail eggs. It's the only eggs I'll keep. Because I don't eat chicken eggs. Christina said, that's what I did, LOL. Yep. You have to tell them, plug your nose and drink it. Medicine ain't supposed to smell good. Tell him either if he doesn't drink his tea like you tell him, you'll make him a mustard plaster, and that really stinks and that can burn. So smart. Steve says, I was going to say, isn't all medicine nasty? Another thing, Christina, if he doesn't like the taste of it, dump some honey in it. Matt says, I'm making so many eggs of all kinds everywhere I'm going this year. Somebody says, did you confront Eric about destroying 2 of your eggs? Stephanie, no, because he did that after I told him to quit peeking out the door every time I come home. Aaron says, smelled and tastes like stinky feet. It had lemon and honey. Well, she could increase the honey a little bit for you because, a spoonful full of honey makes everything taste better. And if you're having intestinal problems, she can make you some candied ginger ale for you to munch on. Candied ginger. Take the syrup and make ginger ale. Good morning, Linda. Linda says, good morning, everyone. We're finding sinus crud here, too. It has rained the last 3 days, and it's cold. And Cuz says, there she is. Good morning, Aunt Linda. Yeah, Linda, was your ears burning earlier? Because we were talking about you. John says, good morning, Steve. Aaron says, good morning, Linda. How did you find out we were here? Well, you guys go ahead and say hello to Linda while I get some coffee. And I says, oh, Aaron always reminds me of the lives when he doesn't see me on. Because don't be worried, Linda. It was all good and envious. And Steve Rose is away from keyboard. Darren says, Steve, I need to get her here to help can food and get set up like her. Stephanie says, where is everyone from? I'm from Franklin, Ohio. Steve Rose says, I really should go do the rest of my chores. Linda says, I scrolled back. Seeing myself on video makes me cringe, but I'm glad you all liked it. Yeah, cuz Stephanie is my neighbor. She lives in the same apartment building I do. Aaron says, I'm in South Louisiana. Matt says he's got to get running around to family today. Have a good day, Verna, and everyone. Have a blessed day, Matt. And S.O. Swanson, cousin, says, I am in Mississippi, Lake Enid. Vermont Quail says, Swanton, Vermont. Because says, Aaron, did you get out the pressure canner yet? And Linda says, we're in Northeast Texas. And Jan says, goodbye, everyone. Very nice to meet you. Goodbye, Jan. You have a blessed day as well. Aaron says, Steve, I've been having one. Only used it to water bath can. Linda says, have a great day, Spice. See, we have two Jans in here. Spice of Life Family and Woman of Spirit. And Vermont says, I'll leave this going while I give you the views. Bye, all. Bye, Steve Bro. Boy, my widow's peak's starting to really look like horns. Then it says, bye, Bruno. Have a blessed day. Then it says, I have no idea where Bruno came from, LOL. It was supposed to say Vermont. Well, you know, on Facebook it goes as Steve Bro, so say it fast enough, but it come out like Bruno. And cousin Steve says, I thought it was a play on bro. Oh boy. And he says, well, the name is Brown. And it says, ah, fast fingers, slow eyes. Sometimes your fingers have a mind of their own. I've noticed that lately myself when I've been typing. Uh, Guess you're Bruno from now on. Ha ha. Okay, so we got Steve, which is S.O. Swanson, or also known as Cuz. And then we got Steve, which is also known as Bruno, which is Vermont Quail. That coffee is really good this morning. Bye, all. Bye, Bruno. Linda says, lots of people I don't recognize today. I need to write everyone down. Well, Linda, what I do is I learn their names on Facebook or at QuailCon, and then say them often enough, and that's what makes it easier when I'm doing a live. I can call them by their first name instead of because we all feel like family here anyhow. And we met Matt's wife today, who's Spice of Life. And I can't wait till I get Quail again. Yay! Gussie, I see Linda isn't a member of Quail Lifestyle yet. Shameless plug. Yeah, let me put that in there, cuz just a second. Mm, Let me find my links paper. Here you go. And it says, no, I'm not. Add me. You have to, right there, then I posted a link. And so you can apply. Somebody asked, how did you get rid of all the quail babies? They weren't babies, they were all adults, and I called them, and I got a lot in the freezer. Yeah. And I used for my quail bone broth because she's afraid to eat them. She only eats fast food kind of stuff. She don't like anything homemade. At least that's the excuse she has. She hasn't even tried a quail egg. Cornish hens are nothing like quail. Quail tastes a heck of a lot better. You tell her, cuz. Everybody needs to pass this link around too. Because it says, my 3-year-old grandson Carter loves quail. He'll eat 4 in a setting. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted to do. Everybody needs to pass this one around. Oh, how they get up there. Now I know what happened. Okay, I did it wrong. This one here. Aaron says, I love to eat quail. I also sell quail faster than I can eat them, so I don't get to eat quail very often. Aaron, you're sounding as bad as Zach right now. Stephanie says, I bet they taste good with mashed potatoes and gravy. They taste good in soup too. Linda says, I'm finally getting eggs from my quail con babies. Only 4 a day, but they fry up pretty good. Yeah, it's about 1 serving, Linda. That's about 1 quail. That equals to about 1 large chicken egg. When I make bread, I put 6 quail eggs in my bread for a loaf of bread. So you know that's some healthy bread. Linda, do you have lights on your Qualcomm babies? And Aaron, you need to hatch more often so you can have some for your family as well as to sell. I have this thing that I only put up for sale what is extras. Linda says, I do. They have Christmas lights on their cages and the overhead barn lights. That is great, Linda. Christina says, we have close to 500 going into lockdown tomorrow. That is great, Christina. Linda says, haha, Aaron's GFQ is triple stacked. Well, Aaron, Christina, don't let Aaron be like Zach and end up selling more than they can put in their own freezer for their family. So, Linda, are you going to go to southern Louisiana and visit them? Linda says, I have 2 incubators with quail and one with duck eggs going right now. How big are your incubators, Linda? See, I can't grow like that because I'm in an apartment. Ann says, I can sell all of my quail and brooders and grow outs right now, but I keep telling people I'm out of quail. That's what you need to do. Tell them you ain't going to have any more for a couple months and fill up your freezer. Then you can sell them all the other ones. There is one meat that I haven't tried that I'm interested in trying, and that's goat meat. So if anybody processes a kid, I'd like to try some of that meat. Linda says, yes, maybe in the next 2 weeks. I have to go to Alabama and may stop by their house if I have time. My eggs will be hatching by then. Erin says, goat is delicious. I've never tried goat. I've tried lamb. I like lamb. And I've had rattlesnake chili. Then it says goat meat, ick. I have canned goat meat, broth, and frozen, and we don't eat it. Well, Linda, you can send it this way. But I love goat's milk too. Mostly if it's Kiko or Nubian, because they're the sweeter milk. It says they taste the same way they smell to me. So if they were the males, you probably didn't castrate them when they were a few days old. So that's why the meat tastes off, because then they're stinky. Aaron says that's how I feel about Christina's herbs. She says, is this because your goats are pets that you don't like? I think just about any meat can be delicious. Linda says, yeah, they weren't castrated. They could that Yeah, that's exactly the reason. From everything that I've researched, Linda, that's you have to castrate them when they're babies So, or else the meat is gross. And says, no, those two are my babies. Yeah, if you don't castrate them very very young, then it ruins the meat. Michelle says, "Bye everyone." I mean, Stephanie says, "Bye everyone." Bye, Stephanie. Talk to you later. We have 11 thumbs up. That's great. So right now I'm on cloud 5. Linda, have you joined Quail in the Kitchen yet? Linda says, that makes a lot of sense. Goats aren't on our future list right now. I want hogs next year and turkeys because Aaron is an instigator. Linda says, Christina, you can send all of those herbal remedies this way. And Linda says, I think I have. Yeah, she's in the kitchen. Okay. Because I posted my bone broth in there. Here it says, I instigate and also supply. Oh. Christina says, well, Linda, be aware that they smell like feet, apparently. You know what? I bet you Aaron doesn't like Limburger cheese. Because Limburger cheese smells like dirty feet. Z says, I think Aaron is a troublemaker in a good way. Aaron says, Steve, I agree. Then it says, LOL, if you can smell it, then you're not really sick. Must be faking it. Steve says, that cheese smells worse than dirty feet. Yeah, but Steve, it tastes pretty good. Christina says, SO, you're spot on, LOL. Linda, what's your favorite recipe for quail? She says, my mom loves that crap. As soon as I enter her apartment, I know what she's snacking on. You know what? I got my nurse to try it. And she thought she wouldn't like it either. And I made her take a bite. She ended up liking it very much so. Linda says, ew, oh my gosh. We stopped at the Amish store on the way home from QualCon, and I tasted a cheese that was labeled pungent. Yeah, I almost puked when I tasted it. What kind was it, Linda? And it says fried. I've actually only had it fried, baked, and in a gumbo. Okay. You haven't tried making bone broth with it? What I like to do is after I make my bone broth, I like to cook it down a little bit. And then after it cools, I put it in the freeze dryer. Makes a dang good bouillon. See, I'm not much for gumbo because there's only two ways I like okra, and that is either fried or raw. I don't like it in soup. At least last time I tasted it, and that was like 40 years ago. I think next time I do quail, I'll make a quail meningo. And that's where you take tomatoes and bell peppers and garlic and onions and bring it up in a pot. And then you throw your quail pieces in it. You let it cook, and then you put it all over rice. Christina says, "Oh no, we don't put okra in our gumbo. You can, but it's acceptable to not use it. I don't eat gumbo with okra. Neither do I." Ugh. She says, "I would never eat okra till I had some in gumbo once. Now you like it fried and whole on the barbecue grill." Katrina says, "Good morning, everyone from Gilroy, California." Good morning, Katrina. And Christina says, "Hey, Katrina." And everybody said, "Good morning" to Katrina. Then it says, "Freeze dried okra is good." You know what? I might, I would like to do freeze dried okra. But when my youngest daughter was like 2 years old, I was growing some in my backyard. And okra is pollinated by ants more than anything else. But I would get okra that was that big, only about that big, and harvest it, and we would eat it like raw, right off the plant. Steve says he's away from the keyboard. Yeah, I didn't like boiled okra, but I love it fried and raw. Hey, Katrina, I'm doing a lot of weighing animals now. I'm going to be weighing them once a week. Right now it's the Kai, but then when I have quail, I'm going to start weighing them every week too. The baby Kai at 1 week old was between 115 grams to 120 grams. Well, that's a good question. Linda, on freeze dried quail, does it get mucusy when you put it eat it again? And Katrina asks, what type of scale are you using, Verna? I have two kitchen scales, one for the kitchen and one for the animal room. So they're just kitchen scales. And at 115 grams, that's 2 ounces. So they're weighing between 2 to 2 and a quarter ounces. I even got the weight of the parents yesterday. Big Mama's 2 pounds and 3.7 ounces. And Black Papa is 2 pounds and 2.9 ounces. Little Mama is 2.7 ounces. I mean, 2 pounds and 7 ounces. And White Nose Papa is 2 pounds and a quarter of an ounce. You got an hour yet, Lucy. And everybody's still saying hi. I guess Linda hasn't answered us yet, Katrina. Is freeze dried okra, does it turn mucusy in your mouth like regular okra? And you know, Katrina, if you harvest okra when it's only that long, it's not mucusy when you eat it. It's when it gets longer than that that it's mucusy. She says it's not when fried, so I doubt it would be freeze dried. Yeah, when it's fried, it's not. That's why I like it fried. Linda says, hi, Katrina. Sorry, the weather is messing with my internet. I never reconstituted freeze dried okra, but it's nice and crunchy and it's good with salt in it. I can't wait until I get a freeze dryer to try it myself. Linda, right now is when you want to put your freeze dryer on layaway so that you catch the Black Friday sale, which is $500 off. She says, what kind of foods do the cabbie eat? I've seen you feed some fresh, but I don't know if those are treats or not. Um, Celery and grass and Timothy hay, you can give them all the time. I give them a little piece of carrot a day, and celery, there's no calories in celery, so they get a full stalk of celery a day when I have it. You can give them a slice of apple once or twice a week. They can have oranges and orange peelings. They'll also, you want to do it sparingly, but you can give them banana peelings as well. Uh, they can eat the tops off of green onions, but you don't want to give them the white part. Katrina says, thanks, Linda. It doesn't grow well here. I think it's not human enough. I like it best fried, but I never have enough to freeze or anything. She says, do they eat pellets like the rabbits? Yes, it's Timothy hay pellets. So yeah. In fact, the babies are eating pellets now. And they eat the Timothy hay, they eat the celery, they eat carrots, they eat whatever I give their mama. Victoria says, Linda, is it snowy where you are? It's not snowy here, Katrina. In Ohio, it's not. In fact, today's high will be up to 59, and tonight it's going to drop down to 45. It was 25 when I got up this morning. Steve says, no snow, don't say the S word. Katrina says, how long do they nurse before weaning? Seems like they just pop out ready to go. Uh, you can wean at least the males at 3 weeks. They advise you to separate the males from the females. But they can nurse up to 8 weeks. And that's about when you want to harvest them. And she says, we got 50 in rain today. Linda says, it's raining here. It rarely snows here. Every few years it turns flurries, and about every 10 years it snows apocalypse. She says, Aaron, no. Aaron, you can come up here and get some snow when we get it. It snowed twice here with no accumulation, and one time with about a dusting. Aaron says, we get snow every few decades. Last year we didn't get very much snow. Now I loved living in Little Rock, Arkansas, but the thing is about that is it's hilly, and they get more freezing rain than they do snow. So Bruno's back. He says, back for a minute. 51F and sunny here in northern Vermont. Right now it's only 46 here and sunny. Tomorrow's supposed to with rain. Katrina says, we've got a dusting only on cold surfaces twice since I've lived in the Bay Area, California, and it was gone within a half an hour. Katrina, his nickname now is Bruno. And it says it's 55 here today, but it feels like 30 to me with the rain. Yeah, Linda, I can understand that. Welcome back, Bruno. When I took Lucy out this morning, it was only 25 degrees. So that's warmed up a good 20 degrees since I took her out. She says, last year they forecast a blizzard. When it started snowing, the boss got scared and sent us home. An hour later, a sun shining and 6 degrees. 60 degrees. It was a nice day off. Yeah, now that's great. Katrina says, going to go check for baby bunnies. I'll be right back. Linda says, I hope it slacks off. We have a funeral today. I wish the sun would change me out. I have fluff, but I'm still not built for winter. Aaron says, Steve, you get days off? C says, hope all the babies arrive today. Bruno says, yeah, we here in the past 20 years get a lot of southern winds, brings up the warmth from the south. It is very weird. Yeah, so you get all the warmth from Florida, while your neighbors get 25 inches of snow. Oh boy. Bruno says, yep, in New York. I thought you were in Vermont. Now, I'll tell you the difference between the two mommy kais is Big Mama is a biter, and Little Mama is a sweetheart. And it says, that's why I asked. Sometimes the name doesn't actually match. And Bruno says, oh, I'm in Vermont, but all the snow from Lake Erie hit New York. And Aaron says, one of our new breeder rabbits had babies yesterday, 3 days early, and she had them on the cage bottom. Did you get them in time to put them in the nest, Aaron? She says, I think he was being funny. No, he was talking about all the snow gets into New York. Aaron says, lucky I paid attention to Christina with rabbits and I saved them all. That is great, Aaron. Linda says, LOL, okay, I'm slow. No, you're just not awake. Drink some more coffee and you'll be fine. Speaking of coffee, I'll be right back. I need to get some more. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see. Linda says, I'm trying to cook and listen. Linda, coffee in my Edros cup. Wonderful idea. See, this is my favorite cup for when I have to be at the computer for any period of time because I don't have to go up and get up and fill it so much. Then it says this cup is perfect size for hot chocolate. Lots of room for marshmallows. And Bruno says, Steve, that quail is still alive, eating and drinking some. Way more alive than the other night. Liz says, good job, Aaron. What kind of rabbits? I'm hoping to get in some Havana rabbits. Aaron says they're New Zealand's. Aaron, how big do the New Zealand's get? She says, good. I hope it makes it. Bruno has an injured quail he was concerned about. That was the one that was laying on its side, right? 5 to 9 pounds. Okay. Because Havanas get up to 5 pounds, which means they're smaller. How many are in their litter usually, Aaron? How big is the litter? See, the Kai only get up 2 to 3 pounds. We've had anywhere from 6 to 12. See, that's why I'm thinking about going to Havana rabbits, because Kai only have 2 to 4 babies, and their gestation is up to 72 days, 60 to 72 days. And that amount of time, you could have had 2 litter of rabbits, just about. And rabbit litters are a heck of a lot bigger. And rabbit is more of a white meat, isn't it? Whereas quail is a dark meat. And Kai's a white meat too. So another thing is I have to get my incubators ready Monday. Monday I've got to make a cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake, put that in the fridge for Tuesday. And then Tuesday I got to make 2 loaves of bread. Make one Monday night and the other one for Tuesday. Then I'll be all ready for my Thanksgiving, which is Tuesday night. Well, it looks like we're sounds delicious. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to head out, get ready, and take Lucy out. And you all have a very blessed day. And I will see you tomorrow night at my Shires live stream.